Good morning, I'm Alex Day and welcome to this Newsfile update. One woman has died in a head-on crash just north of Medicine Hat. Emergency crews were called to the scene just outside the hamlet of Oyen around 9 Saturday morning. Police say the woman was driving an SUV and collided with a semi heading the opposite direction. The investigation is still underway, but officials say that limited visibility could have been a factor. Alberta RCMP are investigating a murder after finding a man dead inside a home Saturday afternoon. Mesquasis officials were called to the house in the Pigeon Lake First Nation around 2:30. Officials say the section of highway near the accident will be closed for up to 10 hours. Major Crime South has since taken over the case and an autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday. Calgary firefighters are praising 3 bystanders that helped get people out of a burning building on Saturday afternoon. The fire started on the 2nd floor of the Urban Centre Strip Mall in McLeod Trail Southwest. Fire Chief Wayne McQueen says there were people in the building that didn't even know there was a fire. By the time crews arrived to the scene around 1, the Good Samaritans had already evacuated the building. Officials are still investigating the cause of the blaze. The federal government has appointed 4 new judges to the Court of Queen's Bench in Alberta. Criminal defense lawyer and Olympian Willie DeWitt will serve in Calgary alongside litigator Michelle Hollins. Provincial Court Judge Marilyn Slawinski has been bumped up to the higher court in Red Deer, and lawyer Ritu Kular will work in Edmonton. Justice Minister Kathleen Ganley says the addition of the 4 judges will make a huge difference for people going through the court systems. And the Alberta government is asking people not to put goldfish in ponds or rivers and to stop flushing them down the toilet. The province says infestations of the common pet have been found in storm ponds at alarming rates over the last few years. The fish can grow to the size of a dinner plate and prey on some native fish. The government even says dead fish that get flushed can get into water bodies and harm native fish. Now let's take a look at the weather in Calgary today. The temperature is currently 9 degrees. It's partly cloudy, but the sun is peeking through and warming things up, getting rid of the last bit of snow that's out there. There's wind coming in at 22 kilometers an hour from the southeast, and we are looking forward to a lot of sunshine coming up this week. Let's take a look at the Alberta map. So as you can see, it's pretty sunny everywhere. A few clouds down at the bottom as the storm kind of rolls through the south of Alberta, but it's pretty nice. No temperatures below 0, a little bit colder in the north, 3 and 4 degrees up in Grand Prairie and Fort McMurray. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. Tonight, a low of 0 and high of 6. Maybe some showers tomorrow, a low of 0 and high of 12. But as you can see, it's mostly sunny on the weekend, which is great for barbecues as the spring season begins. Let's take a look at the traveler's forecast. It's 7 degrees in Vancouver, but there is a light rain coming down. In Ontario, the skies are gray with temperatures of -1 in Ottawa and 5 degrees in Toronto. And it's a beautiful but cold day in Halifax currently, where the temperature is -1. The Calgary Flames mounted a comeback to beat the St. Louis Blues by a score of 2-3 in overtime on Saturday. Sean Monahan was the hero of the day, scoring the game winner with 2.5 seconds left in the extra period. Brian Elliott had 28 saves on the night, making the comeback possible. The big win comes off of 2 tough losses against Toronto and Montreal. Canadian football prospects had the biggest job interview of their lives this weekend. The Canadian Football League's Combine took place in Regina, and all 9 teams from across the country had coaches and scouts there. The event was the main focus of CFL Week in the Saskatchewan capital, and the future of Canadian football was on the line for the national audience. The Final Four is set in the NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship. The last quarterfinal matchups on Sunday saw North Carolina defeat Kentucky 75-73, and South Carolina beat Florida 77-70. UNC will face the Oregon Ducks, who represent the Midwest region. Its southern neighbor, who is 7th seed in the tournament, will play top-ranked Gonzaga for a spot in the championship game. The semifinals are on Saturday, April 1st, and the final is the following day. Those are today's top stories. For Newsfile, I'm Alex Day. To stay in touch with us, go to our website at sate.media.ca.